So, what is the life mission of Hindu nation? Swami Vivekananda had said, every nation has a message to deliver, a mission to accomplish, a destiny to fulfill. Bharat also has a mission to give dharma to the world. We are described as a dharma prana country. Now, dharma is wrongly translated as religion. Religion is different. Religio means to bind. So, religion has do's and don'ts. It is a way to reach the truth or God. And the truth is so vast and magnificent that naturally there are many ways. Ruchinam vaichitriat rujukutila nana pathayutam nranam eko gamya vayasitvamasam aranav yuva. According to the different tastes of individuals, there are many ways. Easy ways, hard ways, straight ways, crooked ways. But ultimately, as water falling anywhere on earth will ultimately reach Sagar, the ways reach the same reality. Dharma is something different. Dharma is translated in many ways. One connotation of dharma is the nature of things. I had a textbook when I was studying in 10th class, matriculation. General Properties of Matter. I studied in Marathi medium. So, the title General Properties of Matter was translated as Samanya Vastu Dharma. Samanya is general, Vastu is matter, and properties is Dharma. So water will flow, that it is Dharma. Fire will burn, that is Dharma. Dharma is also duty, Kartavya. Putra Dharma, Pitru Dharma, Raja Dharma, Paja Dharma. Dharma is also described as a middle path. Extremism is not allowed in Dharma. All extremes are avoided. And there is a middle path. Tathagat himself has described Dharma as Madhyama Marga. Dharma is also sometimes translated as Anushasana, discipline. A particular way of doing the things. Sabba papasya akaranam, kusalasya upasampada, satchitta pariyodapanam, ete buddhanusasanam. This is Buddha's anushasana. Not doing any papa, any evil thing. To lead the life so that you don't disturb others, that is kusalasya upasampada. And all the while, purify your mind, your intellect, your chitta. That is Buddha's anushasana. That is Buddha Dharma. And Dharma is also that which sustains. Dharanat dharma ityahu dharmo dharayate praja. Is it needed? I, as a Bharatiya, I may say, Bharat has to prosper and Bharat has to give dharma. But who wants that dharma? That is the question. And for that, we have to see what today's world scenario is. There is much progress in the world, especially with the advent of science 300 years before. Many amenities have been created by the science. Our knowledge of physical world has increased many folds. We now go beyond solar systems and we go beyond particles. So both ends, smallest and largest, is within the bounds of our knowledge. Science has project, health has become an easier subject. Everything. People are benefiting from that. But still, problems are there. New problems are coming and old problems remain. Every human endeavor has started to create happiness in the world. Sukha. We run after sukha. We go after happiness. That is the nature of our world, nature of every animate, inanimate thing. But we are running and we don't have that. We have amenities, we have suvidhas. Life has become easy. There are so many aids we have created to make it easier. But the happiness eludes us. There is no satisfaction. There is no santosh. And so, in ancient times, there were wars. Wars continued. The First World War destroyed many things. And sane people of the humanity were shocked to see that destruction. So League of Nations was created to bring peace. But Second World War happened. So it was resolved and there was United Nations organization. It is continuing, but wars are also continuing. There is no now clearly on the battlefield one army this side, another army, that sort of war is not there. But conflicts are going on. World arsenal can destroy 10 worlds like this. So much potent arsenal humans have amassed. What happens if there is an accident? We better not imagine. These things are continuing. The narrowness of mind, enmity, seeing difference as separateness, all these things, they are there. They are continuing. There is no abatement. And therefore, people are thinking now, because lots of experiments went in. For last 2000 years, humanity has experimented to bring that happiness. But every experiment had given incomplete result. I will not say they have failed. Every experiment has done something. But it did not come true to the expectations. Results were incomplete. And that is why old problems continue, new problems arise. So, there was some who denied God. There were some who said, God is the Supreme King. There was a way in which individual was given most prominence. There is a way where individual was considered only as a cog in the wheel of society. Samajwad, Samyavad, everything has been tried. And now people realize that something is lacking. That thing which is lacking, it is the cause of this incompleteness of success of humanity. Now we have complete knowledge of our bodies, our minds, our intellect. But we don't know which connects these three. Body needs some sweet. I will be happy if I eat sweet. But at the same time, I want to eat that sweet with dignity. If someone says, I will give you one peda and I will hit you my shoe once, as many as shoes you are able to bear, I will give that much. Well, I will deny, no. So different happiness of these three, how can we connect it? To earn money for our family, it's happiness. We go out of our house at 6 o'clock and come at the night. So the very happiness we deny by remaining outside. Our children ask the mother when there is some holiday and I am at home, who is this new person in our home? That happens. So, what connects these? Individualism is growing. So, families break due to ego problems. Societies, various communities, they conflict. And when society is kept under discipline as one, individual liberties are suppressed. Humanity, when it prospers and develops technology, environment is destroyed. And those who want to preserve the environment, they oppose all development. Because we don't know what connects individual, society and nature. So we want to fulfill all our ends. Means are limited and ends are endless. That is the first sentence of our economic science. So we earn and earn. But we never learn to be happy. Always mad race is going on about that. So there is this artha, procuring means, and there is kama, fulfillment of desires. But if you want to earn, you have to forego your desires. And if you want to satisfy your desires, you earn less because you spend more.